doing this video in response to all the messages that people put on my previous videos about travel with the car, the bike, and with the kind of underlying theme of cancer. A word that kind of pops up time and time again is inspiration, or inspirational. I actually feel humbled by the fact that people think that I'm inspirational. Actually, the tables are turned, because those people who've commented on the videos have inspired me to do this one. To do one which a person who has, over the last 4 years, taken an absolute pasting emotionally and physically. And I want to try to convey to you in this short video how I can be so positive, optimistic and content with my life. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. When Rachel was here, I was completely content with my life. I longed for nothing else. I had everything that I wanted. We were travelling Europe, and yeah, I had contentment. And now, despite having lost her, and despite me going through esophageal cancer all of last year and being diagnosed with inoperable cancer this year, I'm becoming content again. Now you might think, how on earth can you be content with life when you're going through all that, or you've been through all that? Well, I don't know if it's because time's running out. Well, time's running out for all of us. The only difference is I've got a bit of an inkling that when you are starting to lose something, you appreciate things even more. And I appreciate every day. Every day I have moments of pain and I have moments of discomfort. But every day I have moments of no pain and no discomfort. And those reminders that, like I was told prior to my esophagectomy, life will never be the same again. Life isn't the same again, but it's life, and it's so fantastic, and I just love every day, and I even love every hour and sometimes every minute. Now, yeah, I can't do some of the things that I used to be able to do, but I don't dwell on the things that I can't do. I don't long to be travelling abroad again. I'll do that when or if I can. But it's a little bit like, when we all went through COVID, and it was, you couldn't travel abroad, then you couldn't travel out of your own county, then you couldn't travel out of your own town, or actually where you lived. But you can cut your cloth accordingly, and you can find enjoyment right under your nose. And that's basically what I'm doing now. I don't concentrate on the negatives in my life, concentrate on the positives, of which my life is full of. And I think probably most people's lives are full of. I'm enjoying my life now probably as much as I've ever enjoyed it. It might seem strange, my uncertain future. I'll deal with that when it happens. But these moments where I can just, I'm not travelling abroad. Here I am in Fleetwood. I've never sat on this beach before. Just looking out across to the Lake District, which is where I live. It's just, life is just absolutely amazing, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Apart from, obviously, when I do get the pain and when I have chemotherapy, which will be on Tuesday, I could prefer to do other things. But that'll pass, and I'll still have moments, even on the day of chemotherapy and the weeks that follow, I'll have moments that I can enjoy. I can enjoy moments in every day. There are certain things beyond my control. The loss of Rachel in 2020, me being diagnosed with cancer twice. I can't do anything about that, but what I can do is about this. Now, I'm fortunate. I don't have the worries and the stresses of life. I'm retired, which is for me great. I know it's not for everybody, but it's great for me. And I focus on all those positives. And it's not because I know how important it is to be positive. I know the effects of being positive as opposed to being negative. The medical profession back that up entirely. You know, a negative mindset can only impact you negatively, and a positive mindset can only impact you positively. But it's about, I don't do it because of that. I do it because of it's kind of in my nature. Call it fighting spirit, whatever. There's too much to enjoy to be negative. Having targets inspires me. It reminds me when I was in a high dependency unit beginning of July last year after my esophagectomy, and I had about 7 tubes coming out of me, some from orifices I'd already had and majority from orifices which were new, draining fluid out of me or putting drugs in. Anyway, I remember it was a Sunday and there was a nurse who I got on really well with, and there was a commotion outside. I said, "What's that noise?" She says, "Oh, it's all the people supporting the Great North 10K. Not the Great North Run, the half marathon, but the Great North 10K. So we made a pact that we would run it together this year. It fell on the 7th of July, which just so happened to be the anniversary of Rachel's death. So in the meantime, we stayed in touch, and in the meantime, in May this year, I got diagnosed with the inoperable cancer, which prevented me from doing any kind of serious training. Anyway, just going back to the setting a target, nurses should never underestimate the power that they have on a patient's recovery just by the way that they interact with them. That gave me such a lift and such a focus to do this race. Well, it wasn't really a race for me, it was a jog walk, because after with the latest cancer, I wasn't really able to train. I was struggling to maintain my weight, etc. But I did manage to do it, and it was a bit of a slow walk jog really, but I did it. And did I feel a sense of achievement? Not particularly. I was more in awe of all the people who had supported me in all kinds of ways and had helped raise £3,500. But it's making targets like that that really give me a buzz and inspire me. There's moments to be enjoyed in life right under your nose. Take the time to look at it and enjoy it. It's just beautiful. Every day contains moments of just sheer enjoyment, but we have to take the time to look, to stop and look. I remember thinking that I used to play five-a-side football, and I remember thinking that life was a little bit like a game of five-a-side football. We're all running around with our heads down looking at the ball without actually stopping for a moment, put your foot on the ball and have a look around. Now, I know in the modern life, with competitiveness and work and all the rest of it, life seems to be so frantic. Even if you're going to work, you can still just stop for a moment and just appreciate what's around you. The The thumbnail that I used for this was actually taken from my landing window one morning at 5:30. I opened the curtain, looked out, saw the moon, and just went, I actually said out loud, wow, isn't that fantastic? Because nobody else lives in the house. I was just appreciating seeing the moon, and I just appreciate so much more now things around me than probably I ever have done in the past. I went up to an area called Kielder Forest, which is known as the Dark Skies. It was a lovely evening. I set off at 10 o'clock at night and put the roof down on the car, parked up, looked up at the stars, the Milky Way. It was amazing. Saw a little bit of the Northern Lights, but the photographs, as usual, kind of show them to be much more colourful than they really are. But what a fantastic experience. These fantastic experiences are there for us every day.